Hello, welcome to Prime Business with me, Pius Kojobaka. Minister for Finance, Dr. Kasiela Tuforsen, has revealed that Ghana is losing billions in revenue due to illegal transfer of gold, one of the country's most valuable natural resources. More in this report.
In a post on X by the Finance Minister, Dr. Kasiela Tuforsen, he highlighted the devastating impact of illicit gold smuggling on the nation's economy, revealing that at the height of the country's economic crisis in 2022, an estimated 60 tons of gold worth around $1.2 billion was smuggled out of the country through illegal channels. In his post, Dr. Forsen emphasized the significant economic loss Ghana has endured, questioning the potential economic boost had that gold remained within the country's economy. To tackle this issue, Dr. Forsen announced that he had met with officials from the UK-Ghana Gold Programme, a collaboration focused on severing the links between illegal artisanal gold mining and organized crime. The program aims to ensure Ghana benefits fully from its gold resources while also combating the illegal trade that has been detrimental to the country's finances.
Reacting to the development, co-chair of the Ghana Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative, Dr. Steve Mantel, warned Ghana will lose huge sums of revenue to the smuggling of gold if urgent steps are not taken to tighten and enforce the export laws.
In our law, that has been capitalized by foreign players in the sector. We legislated that our gold can be exported only to Kotoka International Airport. Just imagine somebody operating a mine far away in Bole, Daklupe, or Tinga, which is close to the Burkinabe border and also the Ivorian border. They won't actually pass their gold through Kotoka. That's a long distance to travel. So they actually work with Burkinabes who actually serve as financiers of the operations of the small-scale miners. And in return, the small-scale miners sell their gold to these Burkinabes and other West African nationals who cross the border with it. Now, this is money that could have helped in terms of domestic revenue mobilization to finance our national development priorities. So to the extent that this goes unchecked, this country is going to lose a lot of revenues that we need badly to finance our country's development.
Ranking member on Parliament's Economic Committee and a member of Parliament for Fwansia Yoruba, Kojo Ponkruma, is asking the Bank of Ghana Governor, Dr. Johnson Esiema, to use the various tools available to check external threats. This was after the governor warned at the Monetary Policy Committee meeting on Monday that escalating tariffs wars could hurt the economy. But Mr. Ponkruma noted that looking at the buffers that have been built over the last 2 years, this should not be seen as a challenge.
Ahead of this second MPC meeting, the governor has made some remarks and has issued a statement, and I find a part of it very interesting. Come and let me show you. So this is the governor's 123rd Monetary Policy Committee meetings. These are the opening remarks by the governor. There's a part in the statement that I find very interesting. He says, the external environment. He says, though currently supportive, it's becoming increasingly volatile. We have seen a strong trade surplus and solid reserve build-up. This is what the MPP left. So if somebody tells you that we didn't do well, the governor is admitting it. But listen, it's on the back of gold exports and remittance flows. Okay, here's the deal. He says, but there's a possible escalation in global tariff wars, rising geopolitical tensions, and weakening Chinese demand. And it could quickly shift the dynamics, i.e. the way the economy is gradually turning around could quickly be reversed because of global factors. And he goes on to say, these global factors could also have spillover effects on inflation, capital flows, and exchange rate stability. What the governor is saying is that because of the things that are happening on the international economic stage, it could affect the progress that we have made on disinflation, bringing inflation further down, cost of living that I always tell you about, on capital flows, and on the currency. And they are worried about it as they are going into the MPC meeting. These are the things that will inform the decisions that they make. We'll look out for the decisions that they make and we'll spend some time talking about it. But what I find interesting is how the governor is warning about global economic pressures and how it could affect inflation, capital flows, and exchange rate stability. No matter what those pressures are, as I have mentioned, what people will be looking forward to is the interventions that will be rolled out locally.
The Institute of Energy Security, IES, has warned against gas supply issues due to the temporary shutdown of the Jubilee field for maintenance work by Talugana. Talugana announced that it will, from today, begin a 16 days scheduled maintenance shutdown at its Jubilee field for operational efficiency. But speaking to Joy Business, Executive Director of IES, Nana Mwesi VII, said steps must be taken to prevent any eventualities.
The Jubilee field, although it produced oil, is associated also with natural gas, which is exported to Atwabo for processing and also directed to power generation. Even though the pumps may not be as skilled as those of the Central and the Sankofa GM, it still counts as very important in the scheme of things for the question of natural gas supply. Should we lose this supply over the next 16 days, and definitely will lose this natural gas supply, we may be compelled to either ask Nigeria to shore up and probably supply more of the natural gas than its use, or we may be compelled to rely on liquid fuels that are quite expensive sometimes. But then, if we have liquid fuel and it's even expensive, it's better than starving the system or the power generation system of fuel and probably resulting in intermittent power supply.
The Energy Commission is renewing calls for owners of commercial buildings and facilities to conduct some rewiring of their facilities with the use of certified engineers. Assistant Manager at the Energy Commission, Stephen Yemo, has been speaking with journalists after the 22nd graduation ceremony for certified electrical wiring professionals in Accra. Here's a report.
The Energy Commission's call to action follows recent fire incidents at major markets nationwide. Certified electrical wiring professionals and inspectors have undergone training to handle wiring projects under strict standards and regulations set by the Energy Commission and stakeholders. According to Stephen Yemo, Assistant Manager at the Energy Commission, owners of commercial facilities wired over 10 years ago must hire electrical professionals for rewiring.
I want to use this opportunity to entreat all facility owners to engage the services of electrical wiring professionals. There are over 17,000 of them. You can use another app that the Energy Commission has developed called the Certified Electrical Wiring GH app. You can use that to locate or identify electricians within your locality. The name is Certified Electrician GH. It's a mobile app. You can get it on Google Store or Apple Store. I also want to use this opportunity to draw the attention of facility owners who have wired their facilities for more than 10 years. The law requires that if you have your facilities wiring is more than 10 years, you need to engage the services of an electrician or of an inspector to inspect the facility to ascertain its condition for continuous usage. Without that, that can result in fire or electrocution or severe shock.
Addressing the graduating student, Acting Executive Secretary of the Energy Commission, Eunice Brichum, said electrical safety is critical and must be prioritized.
Electrical safety is a critical cornerstone of modern development. The systems we design, install, and inspect form the backbone of industries, businesses, and homes. Through them, we enable the lights to shine, machines to operate, and innovations to flourish, all the while ensuring that the risk of harm is minimized. The role of technology in advancing electrical safety in this regard can therefore not be overstated.
About 17,000 electrical installation officers and supervisors have been certified under their program since its establishment.
And to some other stories, Minister for Roads and Highways, Kwame Agbuja, has stated that all is set to roll out an automotive, robust and effective road tolls that is devoid of traffic congestion. He made these assertions at the 55th Annual General Meeting and Conference of the Ghana Institution of Engineering. Here's a report.
5th Annual General Meeting and Conference provided a common platform for all practitioners and affiliates from diverse engineering and related backgrounds to share ideas, experiences, and network. Roads and Highways Minister Kwame Abuja at the event pledged to collaborate with the private sector to help achieve such a feat.
When we are reintroducing a road toll, we intend to build the best possible tolling system in Africa because you exist. We will not accept any solution which is still looking back. We shall not build any impediment on any right of way on any road. We can still toll people without asking them to queue in any traffic. We can still build a tolling system which is fully automated, fair, and the accruals accounted for to the last city without any pilfering or loss of that money. So because you exist, you have the technological know-how, you have the capability, we are committed to building a tolling system that doesn't have an equal on the continent of Africa, and we can do that together.
Minister for Communications Sam George stressed the need for a solution to Ghana's perennial flood challenges.
Engineers faces a bigger burden on us to be able to play a more integral role in fixing the problems of our country and our continent. 2 weeks ago, the President set up a committee to deal with flooding, the perennial flooding of our major cities. And I think that it must be a major thing that the new administration of the Ghana Institute of Engineering must be able to do that. Okay. At first, we used to hear of flooding just in Accra, but over the past few years, Kumasi has been flooded, Takoradi has been flooded. Fundamentally, there's something somewhere that we need to deal with.
President for the Ghana Institution of Engineering, Engineer Kobina Bimpon stressed the need for Ghana to invest in infrastructure to create more jobs.
With a view to helping shape the future of human settlements and by extension our cities. Urbanization refers to the increasing population movement from rural areas to urban areas, leading to the growth of cities. This trend has been accelerated globally due to the various factors such as industrialization, economic opportunities, and better access to services and amenities in the urban areas. Urbanization has significant implications for infrastructure, housing, transportation, and the environment. Ghana is rapidly urbanizing, with more than half of its population currently living in urban areas. This has led to challenges such as infrastructure and service backlogs.
The 55th Annual General Meeting and Conference was under the theme Urbanization and Smart Cities, Engineering the Future of Ghana Cities.
Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation, Sam George, says his ministry is engaging some key fintech players to create a robust cybersecurity space. This, he said, is key to ensuring data protection with new emerging technologies. He spoke at the launch of the UK-Ghana Chamber of Commerce Grand Challenge Program to support entrepreneurs.
The Grand Challenge Program is an initiative designed to identify, support and scale innovative Ghanaian solutions in the agriculture and energy sectors. It will invite researchers, entrepreneurs, and innovators to propose solutions to key national and sectoral challenges, a structured pathway for advancing high-impact Ghanaian ideas. Minister for Communication Sam George said more engagement is ongoing with some key fintech players to address challenges within the cyberspace.
We need to, as a country, deepen the kinds of relationships, bilateral and multilateral, that we have. And for us at the ministry, today I think I've met about 4 different ambassadors in the ministry. And one of the things I said, and I met the development partners as well today, and I said to them that I think that the ministry's legislation should not be in the ministry, it should be in the museum, because it's so outdated. I mean, some of the legislation in the ministry I've inherited is 22 years old. For tech ministry, you understand why I said that the legislation should sit in the museum. I think the youngest or freshest legislation in the ministry is 5 years old. And so
the first order of business for me is to review the legislative ecosystem and ensure that we build the kinds of data governance and cybersecurity resilience we need to meet with some of the needs. And so the ministry is very open and very welcoming to innovation and technology. And so to the UK GCC team, you can always count on us.
Head of Trade Missions at the UK-Ghana Chamber of Commerce, Shekade Lai, has been explaining what the challenge stands to achieve.
We hear from similar startups and more established startups, and they'll have the opportunity to talk to them, ask them questions, share their ideas, so that we can come up with real-world challenges.
Ghana is taking steps to formalize transactional education known as the T&E with a national framework. Speaking at the T&E validation workshop, Deputy Minister of Education Clement Apak emphasized the need for swift policy development to guide and enhance Ghana's participation in global education. Rosela Calistego has more in this report.
Stakeholders at the Transnational Education Validation Workshop have emphasized the urgent need for a national policy framework to regulate and enhance transnational education. Speaking at the event, Deputy Minister of Education Clement Apak highlighted the importance of fast-tracking policies to maximize their potential for Ghana.
Transnational education has come to stay. It is the wave of the future. And so I think this workshop, which is to validate research done through a collaboration of GTEC and the British Council, is very timely. Because whether we like it or not, this is the wave of the future. And it is important that as a nation and a government which prioritizes education, we work quickly with partners to develop a national framework. In fact, we need a policy to guide us, because if we don't, we will be losing out. So it is in our interest that we take advantage of this initiative as policymakers to see how we can fast track the processes to bring into being a national framework to guide transnational education as far as Ghana is concerned.
Principal of Ada College of Education, Professor Prince Boateng, noted the absence of a formal framework, which has led to a decline in international student enrollment. He advocated for a system that aligns Ghana's curriculum with global standards to attract quality students and export educational programs.
As of now, Ghana doesn't have a framework for transnational education. So the call for this particular workshop is to discuss how best we could have a national framework. Is that we want to ensure quality education. We also want the partnership. But then the economic value of all this is very important, so that the quality assured will let us know that, well, we can transport our education to other countries.
Senior research fellow at the University of Cape Coast, Francis Ansa, underscored the need for robust quality assurance mechanisms to prevent the importation of substandard education.
We need to have a system in place, quality assurance in place, that we do not import substandard education delivery in our country. But at the same time, we also have quality tertiary institutions in Ghana that also deliver quality programs that we can export to other countries. And we need to have quality assurance systems in place so that our institutions also do not go out there to deliver substandard education.
The workshop, a collaboration between GTEC and the British Council, aims to provide actionable insights to guide policy formulation and reinforce Ghana's position in the global education landscape. Rosela Calistego's report, read to you.
As part of this year's International Women's Day celebration and its ongoing commitment to promoting gender diversity and inclusivity, Vivo Energy Ghana has organized the She Power Summit, focusing on key areas to support women in Ghana's STEM sector. Here's a report.
The She Power Summit is designed to inspire and empower young women to excel in their academic and professional pursuits, particularly within STEM fields. The event also seeks to promote female empowerment and inclusivity in traditionally male-dominated industries such as the oil and gas sector. Speaking to Joy Business, Vivo Energy Group's Chief Human Resource Officer, Renette Wessel, emphasized that the event aims to achieve over 40% female representation in various key sectors of the economy.
Our ambition is to have 40% females by the end of 2026 across the group, across Africa, which is a huge ambition. And at the moment we are at 34.5%. We are continuing driving that across the group. And additional to that, if we look at professional and skills levels, we said that we want to be at 45% by the end of 2026. And at the moment we are at almost 43%.
Under the theme Fueling Change, Redefining Possibilities for Women in STEM, the summit featured inspiring panel discussions on the topic Overcoming Self-Doubt, Embracing Your Expertise, and Stepping into Leadership.
That's all for Prime Business. I am Pius Kojobaka. Prime Sports is next.